Oh, turn the headphones up for me. I gotta speak on some shit.
Before we get into like any questions, can you just tell me who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about you?
So my name is Nick, but I go by NJC. From the south side of Chicago, Morgan Park area specifically. I started doing music when I was really young, probably in grade school. I was doing piano a lot, not composing my own songs, but just, doing songs that were already written or whatever. And, I would do stuff for weddings, little small gatherings, like I'd play piano for them. And I don't know, something about that was just like, I enjoyed piano, and I think I told you in our last interview, like I enjoyed the piano, but I just kind of didn't really stick with the practicing of it. I mean, I was pretty decent, but I just didn't really stick with it. And it was more of the practice, but also I just thought I wasn't really feeling it in terms of like, I enjoyed the performing part in that aspect, but I didn't really enjoy playing the instrument as much as I thought I would. And maybe that was because I wasn't playing the right songs, or maybe I wasn't really like exploring it more, and I was young, so I mean that could all affect it. But I think that really kind of jump started me into the music scene. My mom, she would always be on me about, do an instrument, like girls will like that, like you know what I mean. So I always wanted to do something with music, but it didn't get start until high school to get like serious.
When you like, sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But when you grew into that that position, like, did you find your love for music like carrying you through like those hard times? Like, growing up is definitely a challenge. So.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, the things that I've experienced, like, I come from Chicago. I mean, people say like that's the Windy City of cold hearts, you know what I mean? So I've seen some stuff, and I've experienced some stuff. I've been through some hardships, everyone has. So I just think being able to have an outlet to really speak my thoughts, feelings, emotions, like that really helps me cope with a lot of things. And I was always close to my mom, but I never had no siblings. It was only friends or whatever, so I really never had no one to talk to, like, about serious stuff or things I was going through. So the music kind of helped me, express myself.
And when it comes to, like, expressing yourself and your emotions through music, can you talk to me about that whole process? Is it something where you, like, sit down and write everything out really meticulous before you go in the booth? Is it something where you just go in and, let your mind talk? Like, what's that whole process like?
Honestly, it kind of depends. I mean, the vibe always has to be there. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say I'm doing like a slower beat. Like, I want to be in a chilled, relaxed environment, lights dim. But if I'm doing something harder, obviously I want to, be pumped up, hyped up. I want to have my boys with me in the studio. I want to see how they're feeling about it. And basically my writing process, it's changed a little bit over the years or whatever, but for the most part, I write everything. The only time I really freestyle is if I'm just fucking around with the boys. We'll put on a beat, freestyle over it, or I'll just punch in and punch out if I'm at the studio. So you know what that means, right?
Yeah,
or do you want me to explain
that? I mean, you can explain it for the camera.
Yeah, so basically, like, you get in there, you could spit like 3-4 bars, listen to it. Oh, I like that. Or maybe I don't. Let me change that. Punch back in. And then you kind of just do the song bar by bar. So I've been trying to do that a little more, because I've noticed that when it comes just right in the session, right from your head, right from your mouth, right from your heart, instead of really just like taking time to think about like writing it, it usually comes out better. Not all the time.
I was gonna say, how's the whole like transition from writing to just punching in like been for you? Because I've been in the studio where people are punching in, and like it's a long process.
Dude, it's
like
hard.
If you don't know what you've got going on.
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Like I said, like the vibe, and you have to be in the right mood. Like the vibe has to be there. You can't just get in there and just expect to put out something great. Like you really have to start with like a melody. I'll get in there and mumble on the beat. Just try to catch a melody, and then I kind of just write stuff from there. I'll write a few bars in my phone, kind of just go off of that and then just keep punching in, you know, going back to my phone, writing a little bit, seeing what the engineer thinks. You know, I always like to get opinions and stuff because, you know, I want my music, like I said, to be versatile and, you know, appeal to a lot of audiences. So I always like to hear what other people think.
And can you talk to me a little bit about the audiences that you want to appeal to?
So that's a good question. Honestly, in my opinion, I really just want to appeal to as many people as possible. So, you know, I've done drill and trap rap songs. I've done melodic songs. I have love songs that I have done now that are not released yet. But it's like I just keep doing all these different things, not to, you know, convey a certain image or anything, but, you know, these are my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, you know what I mean, that I think about or how I'm feeling at the time that I'm making the song. So, you know, I'm not going to put something out that people can't relate to, you know, even if I like it, like, I make sure that people can relate to it and they fuck with it too.
So it's like emotional connection at the forefront when you're making your music?
Yeah, I would say, you know, with my audience especially, like, I really like to try to, you know, connect with them on a personal level. So, I mean, if you go on my social medias, my Instagram, YouTube, like, she's always giving me shit about it, but I'm always replying to every comment. I try to reply to every message, but my Instagram DMs are just flooded, so I can't really reply to all of them. Snapchat DMs are starting to get flooded now too. That's why I didn't really see your message all the time. But yeah, I mean, I just try to respond to as many people as possible. Like, you know, some people come up to me now, like when I'm in public, like nothing crazy, like I'm no celebrity or nothing, but they'll come up to me and they'll be like, "You look familiar, like don't you make music, blah blah blah." And I'm like, yeah. I was like, where did you, like, you know, I'll sit down and have a conversation with them, you know, take my time out to just, you know, figure out like where they found me or where I know them from, and, you know, just be genuine people.
And why is it so important to you to be genuine and really like connect with your fans as individuals?
I think it's important because if you really want to make real, true fans, diehard fans that are gonna come to every one of your shows, check out every song that you post it, repost it, you know what I mean? You really have to be genuine. I mean, nobody's gonna really like a person that's all cocky and, you know what I mean? And we all do sometimes. We all get, you know, on our high horse, but for the most part, like, you gotta be down to earth and you just gotta, you know, connect with people and show them that you actually care, that they're listening. You know, because if you show them that you care, then they'll care.
When it's all said and done, like 5-10 years down the line, once you've really gotten like deep into the music, you know, fully developed your career, where do you see yourself like ending up? Do you want to be someone who's like huge, rich, and famous? Do you want to be that person who's always down to earth and just making good music? Like, what's the end goal?
Well, I definitely, like, don't get me wrong, like the fame and the richness, like, you know, that's always like, you know, that always comes with it. You know, I mean, everybody always looks forward to that, but I'm mainly more looking forward to just, you know, having a good experience, like just experiencing the world, like, you know, as it is, for what it is. You know, I mean, the money and stuff, like, I don't make a ton of money off my music now. Like, even if I made $0, like, I don't care. Like, I do it because it's fun. I do it because other people enjoy it. I do it, you know, for my family. Like, everyone's proud of me that's in my group. So I would say that's mainly it.
That feels like a good ending point, just because like I'm starting to get feelings about like how people are proud of you. Like, I'm happy for you. But
Thanks,
is there anything else?
that.
Of course. Is there anything else that you want to talk about as far as like music, creative, like personal life, like anything?
Honestly, like, I just like want everyone to know, like, you know, if you're struggling with something or you're struggling with self-confidence, like, you know, I was always the quiet one. I was always the laid-back person, you know, social anxiety, like all that. And, you know, you really just have to believe in yourself before other people can believe in you. And that's really the main thing, is like, just be consistent and believe in yourself. I know it sounds cliche, but that really does work. Like, people will catch on. Just believe in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you can't do shit.